Hey America, one more time, here we are. Hey, I want y'all to take a look at this. This is a picture of my Ruger 40 caliber. And I'm going to show you and prove to you what these lying congressman and president and his regime is doing to this country. I'm going to prove to him right here that guns don't kill people. I've been a gun owner for 35 years of my life, folks. Had them with me all the time. Ain't never killed nobody. But I'm going to show you right here. Y'all going to get, I'm going to zoom in on this thing, keep it on this gun, and we're going to see if it takes off and kills somebody. Now you look at it. I promise you, you're going to figure out that this is just how stupid these people are. Because you're going to see that gun, I'll tell you right now, it ain't going to kill nobody. But they don't believe that, so we're going to have to show them. You know, we're going to have to show these stupid retards just how stupid they are. Watch this gun, folks. Don't take your eyes off this gun. Make sure it don't kill nobody. You know, folks, I was born in the 60s. You know, grew up in the 60s, 70s. As part of my school system, you know. You know, back then we didn't have rampant drug use like we got today. You know, we had if you got caught smoking in the boys' room, a cigarette in the bathroom, you know, you got in trouble. But we didn't have rampant drug use like we got today. And I'm going somewhere with all this, so y'all just hang on. You know, we weren't bombarded with nasty lyrics on the radio station or our TV station every day. You know, I'm trying to prove to you how society's changed, and that's what the problem is in this country. Not guns or the obesity. You know, that's another thing. You know, the Michelle Obama. It ain't that the kids are fat because of what they're eating, stupids. It's because of what they're doing. Hello, just like this gun thing. That's about as stupid as this gun thing. But we'll get back to that. You know, we didn't sit around and watch games that realistically depicted rape and mindless violence hour after hour. You know, that's what these kids are doing today. Wake up, America. We need to stand up and fight for the real truth of what the problems in this country are. You know, for one thing, our parents wouldn't allowed it, you know, to sit around and do nothing all day. You know, we had homework to do. We had chores to do back then. You know, we didn't get to sit around and play video games and do stupid stuff like that. You know, every day in America today, there's commentary about the homosexual lifestyle or sexual activity on TV, and everywhere you go, it's about sex, it's about homosexuality, it's about abortion. You know, folks, when you grow up with that right there, you can imagine how warped your mind's going to be. You know, divorce rate was a rarity. You know, wedlock births were celebrated, not rewarded. You know, in the 70s, the wedlock births among whites was 14%. Among blacks, it was 22%. Today, whites is 28%, and blacks is 72%. So what does that tell you? Hello. You know, we had an assembly every morning before class, and the principal would read a scripture from the Bible. Hello. What happened here? What's happened in 35 years of living, folks? The Bible has been taken plumb out of the classroom. God's been taken plumb out of the country. And what do you get when you get that? I would say you get what we got right now, which is chaos, ignorance, stupidity, lies, deceiving. That's what we get, especially when a guy's in charge is the prime suspect of every bit of that. You know, our teachers challenge us to think and understand what we was reading and what we was studying. You know, we weren't taught no political dogma. You know, we didn't have professors up there telling us about evolution and accept the homosexual lifestyle and accept everything, accept this, accept the illegal immigration. No, you don't. That's what's wrong with this country. Stand up, speak up, draw a line in the sand. You're going to be told that you're a racist, a warmonger, a redneck. Well, stand up and be one. Be proud. Don't be like you were at the Alamo back then. You know, there's a line drawn in the sand, folks. You got to get on one side or the other and stand and fight for what you feel is right. You know, these people that's on the left, they stand up and fight and speak with all their stupidity. So, folks, it's time for us to stand up and speak. Look at that gun laying there. Ain't moved. Ain't done nothing yet. Ain't killed not one person yet. I can't believe that. That's hard to believe, ain't it, folks? That gun ain't shot nobody yet. It's unbelievable. You know, if you had a beef with another student when I was in school, you met after class, during recess, at lunch, and you had a little fist fight and you settled the score, you know, there wasn't nobody Back then, nobody pulled a knife on you. Nobody went and got a gun and shot his classmates. Why, folks? Because your mentality was different. We knew that because I promise you this, folks, everybody that remembers this, when I graduated high school, every cowboy that drove a pickup truck had a deer rifle and a shotgun on a gun rack in the back windshield of his truck, folks. But you didn't go out and get a gun. And when your teacher busted your ass for doing something that you wasn't supposed to do, what'd you do? Did you go get a gun? No, we didn't go get a gun because it wasn't in our mentality. We knew that we had a mom and a dad at home. There's another problem. There ain't no dads to put some rule in these kids. That's one of the big problems. We had a dad at home that would bust your ass when you did something like that. And that's exactly right. You take out discipline, you get chaos, folks. That's where we are. Just like with these kids running rampant, that's where we are right now. No discipline. It's just like the judicial system. It don't work. Everything in this country is broke. It needs to be fixed. These politicians that are up there ruining this country, every one of them need to be fired. If they're not doing their job, they need to be fired. We elected them for some stupid reason. They become un-American. I don't understand what it is. I don't know if it's because they're waiting on a re-election. They don't want to lose the big house they got, or whatever it is that they're doing. But they're driving this country to destruction. Every one of them. I don't care who they are. Rand Paul, yeah, you're a good guy. Mark Rubio, if y'all stay on the right side. But most of them, when they do go up there, they do stay on the right side when they first start. Then they become stupid. I don't know what happens to y'all when y'all go up there. You seem to lose every common sense brain cell you ever had in your head, and you become stupid. Just saying the facts, folks, because if you don't believe me, take a look at what's going on. Look at every one of them. Look what they say. Look what they believe in. Look what they react to when they didn't do it before. Now all of a sudden they do. Okay, my son's homosexual, so now I'm going to accept him. No, you don't accept him. That's wrong. You know, just because you're homosexual, don't make me believe that we got to change the country to fit y'all's lifestyle. No, that ain't how it works, folks. It's the same way with what's next? The transgender people, you know, the half man, half woman, they're going to want their right. Well, no, that's wrong, America. But where America got wrong is when we started letting all these different creeds of people over in this country, and it needs to be like every other country. If you're a red-blooded American, you're going to speak English for one thing. That ought to be the #1 rule. You shouldn't have to be voting on it right now. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. It's America. American rules, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. That's what ought to be mattering in this country right now. That's what you ought to live by. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. We can do without you. If you don't want to live by the rules, if you don't like what's happening, go somewhere else. Just like that gun y'all are looking at right there. That gun ain't moved yet. That gun ain't shot nobody. So Biden, you freaking retard, it ain't the gun that's killing people. It's stupid people that y'all ain't going to put behind bars and hang. That's who's killing people. If this judicial system would work, if the criminal system would work, where when they committed a crime, the punishment was swift and it was just. And all the other criminals would see that and go, hey, man, I better not do that because I got a big punishment waiting for me. Instead of these prisons they go to, that they got libraries to go to and get an education. You know, they got free medical. They got free anything they want in prison, they got it. My God, and y'all say that y'all can't stop them? Come on now, you ought to lose every right you ever had in your whole life when you go to prison. You ought to be a number. You ought to be told what to do. You don't do this, you're going to get some kind of punishment. That's what's wrong with this country. There's no punishment for these criminals. These criminals don't care. They don't read signs. Put up as many signs as you want to, Biden, Obama. Put up as many no-gun signs you want to around schools. They don't care, folks. They're going to go. They're criminals. They're going to break the law. That's what they do. This everything, all this BS that you got going for this freaking gun control is against the normal tax-paying, law-abiding citizen, folks. That's who's going to pay, and that's the facts. You know, here we are, this bullying crap that we got going on in our schools. We didn't have bullies we had bullies when I was in school, but they were taken care of, you know. Somebody whooped their ass outside school, and they didn't bully nobody no more. That's the way it was taken care of. That's the way it needs to be taken care of now. Instead of worrying about hurting somebody's feelings, folks, come on. You're going to hurt somebody's feelings. If you're a country, America-loving, red-blooded American that loves God, that loves his country, that loves his gun, you're automatically on the opposite side of half of this country. So you might as well stand up and be somebody Like John Wayne, you know, don't turn your back. Don't run. Stand and fight. Stand up and fight for this country. You know, right now we're losing it. Every day that passes by, we're losing ground to this freaking retard. You know, we weren't prescribed drugs to alter our behavior. We were kids, you know. We went outside and played. If you got rowdy, you got your ass busted, and you settled down. That's what it was. We didn't have a drug society like we got right now. What happens when you drug kids their whole life? What do you think they're going to do when they turn 15, 16, 17 years old? America, what do you think they're going to do when you've been drugged with Ritalin your whole life? You know, it don't take nothing but common sense to see what happens in this country when you do stuff like that. You know, the generation I was in, we didn't have nothing to compare with any of these murderous children that's been prescribed Ritalin and altering drugs their whole life. You know, they've been on them their whole life, folks. You know, and that gun right there, that gun that ain't moved yet, that gun 10 minutes and ain't moved yet. That's amazing, ain't it, folks? You know, here's my theory on this: a gun is no more responsible for murder than a match is for arson. Because that match will sit in that box just like that gun sat right there and ain't moved yet, folks. Ain't that amazing? My God, Joe Biden ought to see this right here. It's amazing that gun ain't moved. Folks, I've had one for 35, 37 years of my life, and I ain't killed nobody yet. You know, that's just the way it is. Good people that have a sense of brain in their head ain't going to go out and shoot somebody. They ain't going to do it unless they're pushed, you know. But you take people that are criminals, that's what they do, folks. They'll take that gun and they'll go kill you for $5 or steal something from you. So, like Wayne LaPierre said, you got to have a good guy with a gun to take care of a bad guy with a gun. How much common sense does that make, folks? Everybody's going to watch this probably makes a lot of sense, but to you, them stupid retards up there in Congress and all these people in Colorado and Missouri, New York, y'all need to have an American check, reality check, because if you believe that that you need to pee on yourself to combat a rapist or blow a whistle to fend off somebody that's got a gun, you two-faced son of a guns, y'all are sorry, backbiting, every one of y'all. Every one of y'all. You know, the unpopular truth is it takes somebody armed with courage to take care of somebody that's a criminal. Folks, that's what we got to realize, and that's what we got to come up with, that Obama is out to get your guns. He's going to take your guns. He's looking at confiscation. That's what he wants. Look at his dictatorship. Look at who he's patterned himself after, folks. Adolf Hitler. Study Hitler, and you'll find out what Obama's up to and his whole regime. You know, it's amazing to me, this gun control. That's all they want to do is push this gun control legislation, and we got other stuff going on. We got freaking North Korea, folks. It's fixing to send a missile over here, and he's more worried about taking the law-abiding citizens' guns away from them. Folks, we need to wake up. This stupid idiot we got running this country and his regime is running this country, folks. We will never be able to recuperate from what this guy's doing to this country, folks. We need to wake up, stand up, speak up, and look at that gun. Look at there. That Ruger 40 ain't never moved, ain't killed nobody in 14 minutes. So, folks, that up right there, if you're watching this, send it to Joe Biden. Send it to Piers Morgan. Send it to Barack Obama. Send it to Michelle Obama. Send it to everybody that's against these guns, folks. Let's send it to them. Let's show that it ain't the gun. It's the criminal behind the gun, folks, that kill people, not law-abiding citizens.